Dune time, Dune time. It's Dune time. A brand new ranked season of Dune Imperium Digital Rise of Ix Immortality 211. I am player 2. I am Bludgeon. Thank you for joining me. The leaders available in this game are Paul Atreides, Leto Atreides, Ariana Torvald, Romber Vernius, Una Moritani, and Tessa Vernius. Well, she was available. She has been picked. The cards: Esmar Tuek, Truthsayer, Shadout Mapes, Space Travel, and Embedded Agent, and the Tleilaxu card Subject, X137, and Stitched Horror. Una has been picked in player 3. The text: Wind Traps, Restricted Ordnance, and Training Drones. I don't really have any strong inclinations here. I think I'll just go with Leto. And hope I can get double smuggling Swordmaster. I doubt that I'll be able to do that, because player 1 almost always goes to smuggling these days. But Tessia might not, if she has her signet ring and a faction. Oh wait, Paul's first. Right. Tessia's last. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. Oh, okay. I am actually going to get double smuggling Swordmaster. This is incredible. Nice. Let's give a cheer for that. Paul went to still suits first, which is interesting. Anyway, let's play the experimentation to smuggling. We'll move up here. And I'll probably... it's a bit of a tough call between the Seek Allies and the Diplomacy. It's nice to have 2 Persuasion instead of, you know, 1, but it is also nice to have 2 faction cards in the deck instead of 1. The Shadout Mapes... You know, I haven't had this card many times, but the one time I had it, you know, maybe a month ago, I did actually like it. That flexibility of deploying or retreating on reveal was surprisingly nice to have. Okay, so Paul went for the research station, probably trying to get Stitched Horror right off the bat here. I think that's what that Still Suits play was all about. You know, alternatively, I could play the ring to Imperial Basin and go up here. That is an option, and maybe I would rather do that than go to secrets. It would also let me get a troop in. I think that's gonna be the play. I'm going to put in 2. And I'm not going to add anything into my deck here, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm putting in 2 because I want to get that 2 spice. Now, maybe I won't, because Tessia might go to Hardy Warriors here. And then, you know, at least I'll get 1 spice, I guess. I do like to have at least 1 spice on me as Leto. Tessie goes to Haga Basin. I think just because she needed to play that experimentation, I don't think it was about getting the spice, really. I think it was about getting the research from the experimentation play. And we'll see if she deploys anything here. She declines to. I think that makes sense. Paul going to pick up Esmar Tuek and Stitched Horror. So nice work there from Subtall. And I will get nothing. And I'm not going to take this. We'll just hang on to that specimen for now. So this is my first game in the new ranked season here. So I'm in gold. I got to master at the end of last season, which is, you know, if I get to master, it's just at the very, very end, pretty much the last day. So I typically start off in gold and, you know, we'll see what happens this season. Of course, if you enjoy this stuff, by the way, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. You can follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon, and you can watch me play live Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as different times, sometimes throughout the week. So join the Discord to make sure you're up to date about everything going on with the channel. And hey, click the like button if you like it. If you're signed in, you want to click a like button, it wouldn't kill you. You know? If you want. Tessie gets Truthsayer. Nice pickup here. The Imperium row is not exactly thrilling. We'll see if anybody decides to nuke it anytime soon. So far, nobody has used any of their nuclear weapons. I'm going to get the 2 spice, which was my goal. And it's now smuggling. Recall for the Solari gets me to 7, which for Leto is enough to get a Swordmaster. So that was, you know, what I was really hoping for in the second position as Leto. Because of this Landsrad popularity, Landsrad board spaces cost 1 less Solari to go to. So smuggling twice gets you 7. 1 Solari for the first visit, another Solari for the second, and the cash in plus 5 gets you to 7. So it's nice when you can do it. It's kind of rare that it happens. Like I said, typically player 1 will go to smuggling, but Paul had some other ideas there. Getting that early Stitched Horror is quite a big deal for Paul. Getting the Esmar Tuek at the same time. So nice round 1 there for Paul. No one has unlocked shipping yet. I expect Yuna to do it right now. She has a Seek Allies in hand and an experimentation. So she could go Fold Space Interstellar Shipping, which I think is what's about to happen here. I'll be going Swordmaster and then we'll see. The reconnaissance, you know, only having Carthag and Arakeen to go to. Carthag probably will be gone by the time I go. Arakeen may or may not be. Yeah, I'm not really psyched about any of these techs, really. I'm not psyched about any of these cards, really. So if I do end up getting to Arakeen, I mean, it's a bit weird because I don't want to draw really any of these cards and waste them, but I think I'm just going to have to. And I've got 2 dead draws. The best I could do by going to Swordmaster Arakeen is to end at 5 Persuasion. If I do end at 5 Persuasion, then I would probably use my atomics to try to find something a bit more exciting. If I end up at 4, then I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just end up taking the space travel. Alternatively, I could theoretically get 2 different faction cards, which is not the worst. All right, Carthag and Arakeen are gone. So the reconnaissance, unfortunately, is dead. So... I mean, I think I still get the Swordmaster, and then I guess I just end up early revealing. You know, what else could I do? I think I just get it done. You know, I could have gone to Mentat and tried to find something else to do this round. But then there's a danger that, like, if Tessia wins this, she could then go up, down, and she could get to Swordmaster next round, and I could just end up, like, kind of stuck without a Swordmaster for a while. So I'll just get it now. I'll early reveal. I'll nuke this. See what I can find. See if I can find something better with my 5 persuasion, because I'm not interested in the Ixian Engineer. I'm not really psyched about any of those things. There's the shipping for Yuna. Actually, you know what? No, I'm good. Yeah, I had to get the Swordmaster now because Tessie is going to get it this coming round. That's why I did it. That's why I did it. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't go to Siege Tabard because I don't have it unlocked here with the Freeman influence. I can't go to Research Station because I don't have the water. All goes to wealth. So the downside of my nuking it here is probably these guys are going to nuke it anyway. They're going to get the benefit of my nuke. But what can we find here? Okay, well, there's a lot of good stuff. Stillsuit Manufacturer is a pretty good card. Tleilaxu Surgeon is also extremely good. Can I get the Freeman Alliance? I'm behind it now, but I could potentially fight for it. The Surgeon would really help me with this situation, though. I think I'm going to take Surgeon and a Liaison, to be honest. Maybe it's crazy not to take this guy. Getting a water on play is also huge. You know what? I haven't had enough enough opportunities to play with the Stillsuit Manufacturer, so we're going to give it a go. It's a very cool card. The fact that if you have the Alliance when you play it, you get to bring it back into your hand. So theoretically, you could play this card 3 times in the same round. I'm going to give it a go. I think that in terms of just optimal play for trying to win this game, I think going with the Surgeon and I guess what would have been a Voice would have been potentially better. But I want to manufacture some still suits and see what we can do there. Okay, does Paul go for treachery or opulence here? Or neither? Does he go for the Surgeon? Goes for the opulence, okay. Now there's a negotiated withdrawal. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here now. Pretty much everything except the Fidakan Death Commando, I would say, is pretty good. And I'm going to be last to reveal next round. Tessie going to win this conflict. Paul going to come in second. Spice building up on all of these spots. Tessia and I, the only ones currently with water. Let me take a moment to give a shout out to the newest members of the channel, Manuel, the dev, and Leon, or Leon. New members, thank you for joining, and welcome to the channel. So I hope you enjoy your members' benefits, which include access to all stream VODs. You can catch up on streams at your convenience, and you're also going to get access to the Members Monday video, which is an exclusive video recorded just for members that comes out, guess what, every single Monday. And this next Members Monday, by the way, is going to be the first live Members Monday. So it's Members Monday number 50. And so to celebrate that, I'm going to be doing a live stream just for members of the channel. So if you are a member of the channel, I hope you can make it for that. It's going to be at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on Monday. And if you're not a member and you would like to become one, then you can click the join button just down here for the details. Okay, so as predicted, which is not much of a prediction, but as was obvious, Tessia wins. She decides to go up since she's not going to be able to cash in for Swordmaster this. Well, no, because if she had gone down, she would have fed one Solari to Yuna, and Yuna wouldn't have been able to get the Swordmaster. So I can understand Tessia's decision there. We've got Siege of Arakeen here. Yuna gets to go to shipping once again. And did she just do an up-down? Yep, just a straight up-down, cashing in. So she's going to get Swordmaster this round, looks like. I've got 2 experimentations and a Signet Ring. Okay, well, the ring could unlock shipping for me this round, and maybe I can get there for the next round, if not the next couple of rounds, potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if Paul goes to Fold Space here. Smuggling gone. Let's see if Tessia decides to cash in for Solari or for Spice. Probably going to be Solari. Yep. I could theoretically go to Wind Traps and then have the water to pick up all this spice. That's kind of an interesting idea. So that would be maybe even, am I crazy enough to go to Dreadnought? The problem is if I go to Dreadnought, then I don't get the discount on the Wind Traps and I can't actually buy the Wind Traps and use the Signet Ring. I would have to use the dagger to go there, but I want to play the experimentations if I can. Now, am I going to be able to play both of them? Probably not, to be honest. Paul now has 2 water, so actually that dream is probably dead as it is. Mentat is an option. So I'm not sure the Wind Traps is all that great now. I was going to do it just to pick up all this spice, but I can't actually do that probably. I think Paul's probably going to be doing that now. So maybe I just pick up the 2 free spice here. Do I want to trash this dagger out of my hand? Or do I want to go down this way? Yeah, let's just lose this dagger out of my hand here. I was tempted to go this way because it gets me closer to this, which this spot can be good for Leto, because if you use your ring to go to research station while getting this, it allows you to get a double bump. But I kind of want to trash. Just get that dagger out of here. There's the Swordmaster for Tessia. She has her signet ring, so she can manipulate, or she can be duplicitous, and yeah, she's going to get that guild influence. So she's going to get to shipping next round. So it's going to be a while before I ever get a chance to do that, but I still think that's probably the one I want to bump up. Although, to be honest, maybe I bump up Freeman, since I want to try to get that alliance. Yeah, there's Paul going to Great Flat. I think I'm going to be sending my experimentation here to Haga Basin, and then my ring will be my last move, which I'm not sure where it's going to go. All right, let's see what this intrigue card is. A Grand Conspiracy. I might be able to get that done. Is Tessia likely to deploy here? She might go to Hardy Warriors. So I'd feel kind of bad. I could use the Solari, but yeah. I feel like there could be a Hardy Warriors coming here. Grand Conspiracy, 2 Dreadnoughts, 1 Spice Must Flow, 4 Influence on 2 tracks, seat on the High Council. I mean, that is kind of a nice one for Leto, because 3 out of those things are cheaper. The Dreadnoughts are cheaper. The seat on the High Council is cheaper. And when I say 3, I mean, like, each time I go to get a Dreadnought, it's going to be cheaper for me. So maybe I just go get myself a Dreadnought. And do I buy the Restricted Ordnance? At the same time, if I'm going to need to have a High Council seat and I'm getting Dreadnoughts, kind of feels like that's a good idea. Now, I'm not going to have Solari for this, but I kind of think that's what I want to do. My spice is going to be going lower as well, so I'm going to go to... I think I'm going to do this. The other option is I could just go to Mentat and hope to get, like, the stillsuit manufacturer to play. Tessie goes to Secrets. Okay, I wish I had deployed now. I really thought she was going to be tempted to go to Hardy Warriors, but perhaps just seeing that it's pretty dangerous. Yuna has 3 intrigue cards here. So decides to give that up. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right, so I'm going to take... I'm going to take Freeman here. And I'm going to take the restricted ordnance. And now I've got some things I need to do. I need to get a High Council seat. That's very high up on the list of goals. Tessia grabs Tleilaxu's Surgeon. Worm Riders appears. I'm going to take this voice. Do I want the subject? I probably do. Yeah, that's already active. So I can take that and put it on top of my deck. And that's going to help me get those scarabs. It would be nice to be first here to get that bonus spice. Now, probably I can afford to go this way. I'm not sure. Maybe it's this way for the 2. I think it is. Okay, so Tessia hits shipping right off the bat. Not a big surprise there. Maybe I go Wealth Dreadnought. There's also Solari here, which would be pretty nice for me. Alternatively, Still Suits would also be quite nice for me to get and start moving my way, hopefully, towards that alliance. But if I want to get another Dreadnought, now is the time. Also, smuggling is open. Okay, and I'm going to get that spice. And the spice actually could get me to conspire. Okay, let me do this. I like being set up there. Now, you know, the Conspire doesn't... I can't actually get to High Council this round. I do want to deploy. So I think my priority, if I can, would be Still Suits with one of these and then Conspire with the other one later, because probably Conspire is not really high priority for anybody. Paul's the only one with the spice for it. He already has his Swordmaster, and he already has enough Solari for a High Council if that's what he wants. Still Suits gone, though, unfortunately. Maybe I should have prioritized it. How important was the smuggling, really? The Still Suits probably was more important. I don't really want to draw a card because I don't want to waste that manufacturer. So Arakeen is not really what I want to do. I do need to deploy here. So maybe it's just Carthag and then Conspire. I don't like not playing the Diplomacy, but I kind of think that's what I need to do. And it wouldn't hurt to get an intrigue card. I mean, I'll get another one here. But yeah, let's do this. Oh, interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have 3 troops, but that does want me... Yeah, I'm just going to do this. That's nice, though. That's nice to have. I'm not doing great with influence just yet. I don't like how I'm going to be on no spice after this play, but I still think that's the move. Although, maybe it's not. Maybe I don't desperately need to do that. I'm going to be getting something out of this conflict. I don't think anyone is super desperate for this. I imagine I'll get at least second place here. So that's 4 Solari. If I just go to Wealth, that's 7. That's enough for a High Council and another Dreadnought. The Conspire is not strictly necessary. Maybe I better hold on to that spice. So that I have some ready for my ring. For selective breeding, potentially. A Hayliner at some point might end up being important. I think... Yeah, I'm not so sure about the Conspire anymore. You know, if it was going to get me the High Council this round, that's one thing. Oh, Wealth is gone. Okay, well... honestly, I think it's Fold Space here. If Paul doesn't do Fold Space, I think I will. And I think I'll keep the Seek Allies again. Just play the Diplomacy. End up with 2 Persuasion, which I probably won't even spend. I mean, if this is here, then, you know, I probably will, but... I don't expect it to be. Interesting that so far... I'm the only one who has used the family atomics. Paul has 5 cards in hand right now. Wouldn't be shocked to see Paul use atomics this round. Although there's still good stuff to get, you know what I mean? So probably not really. Imperial Basin with 2Ek. Okay, so that's going to get him to shipping next round. So that, unfortunately, yeah, that hurts. Because that was the main reason I wanted to go to Fold Space. I think I might still do it. Just so I'm ready for that move when the time comes. I think it still makes sense to do it. Yeah, the Conspire, I feel, is unnecessary here. I mean, if I get first place out of this, that would be great. But even if I just get second, that's totally fine with me. So next round, I'm definitely going to want to play the Still Suits manufacturer 2 Still Suits. That'll get me 2 water. Okay, there's a Treachery for Yuna. Imperial Bashar pops up. She advances, gets her intrigue card off the Tleilaxu track. Tessia still has an agent remaining. She goes to Arakeen with a liaison. Does she deploy anything? Oh, she throws in all 3 troops here. Okay. I wonder what that's all about. She also blows up the row. Or no, Paul is the one who blew it up. He has 7 persuasion. Replacement eyes and in the shadows, perhaps? There's the replacement eyes and in the shadows. Okay. So give me another in the shadows, please. No. Ooh, a directorship. Well, I could take another voice, but I think I do have to do it because I do need Spice Must Flow at some point. So I guess I might as well. I'm not psyched about it, but it is kind of nice to have the dominance on the voice. So, I'll take it. But, it's not, I don't love it. I don't love the deck right now. I don't have any power cards at all. I mean, this is a kind of a power card, but it's not powered up. I wonder why Tessia wanted this so bad. I wonder if she has a demand respect or something. And maybe she wants to just like power that up. It's a gruesome sacrifice. Okay, I knew it was something like that. Because it didn't make sense why she would go hard for 6 Solari when she has her Swordmaster already. She has some Solari already. And she's going to tie me here. So she denies me 2 Solari. Which, who knows, could end up being relevant. Now, the downside of taking voice as opposed... Oh, Una plays an intrigue to take first place here. All right. So that actually is kind of significant because now Tessie and I are each going to get 2 Solari instead of 4. And she gets 6, which she does want. All right. All right, so that's disappointing. Only getting 2 here. Unexpected. It is still enough for the High Council seat, but it's not enough for High Council and a Dreadnought anymore. Yuna's the only one with High Council right now. It feels like, I mean, people might want to go there just to block me from getting it. I expect Paul to go to shipping here. If he doesn't, then I think it's going to be shipping for me with voice, reserving still suits for the manufacturer. Okay, he goes to Arakeen with the replacement eyes. Very interesting. So looking to draw a bunch of cards. Maybe he's going to go for the Chom directorship. And I mean, if I wanted to try that, I could go to still suits right now. Then I'd have 2 water, and I could get to Research Station, but I'd have to play the voice to get there. But there's a chance I could get... If I could get the High Council at the same time, there's a chance I could end up with this. But it doesn't feel... it doesn't feel quite right. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to advance. I'm going to drop. I'm going to take that. I will take... I'll take the spice. I'm nowhere on Bene Gesserit and nowhere on Emperor here. It's not great. There's the Sword Master from Yuna, and she has Solari left over to use her ring, which she does. Goes for Guild, getting that alliance. Yeah, High Council blocked here. Okay. So I'm not getting great value out of this. And I mean, I can probably get High Council next round. But next round, I'm kind of going to want to hit shipping with my first agent. It's going to be tough to prioritize everything. So my plan here is still suits manufacturer, 2 still suits. It's going to get me 1 influence and 2 water. I'm not necessarily guaranteed to end up with this alliance, and unfortunately I won't have it when I play this guy, so I won't get him back in hand. And I don't have the Freeman Bond going because I've taken voices instead of liaisons. It does weaken this guy that way. We'll put out the Dreadnought, but that's it. I think. Unless this is... Maybe this is the time for the staged incident. And maybe I can win this even without having this active. There could be a Hardy Warriors play from Yuna. That's what she does. Okay. I think my move is going to be Great Flat with the experimentation. Or maybe it's Haga Basin. Actually, just leave me with a water. I think I'd rather do that, actually. Keep a water on me so that I can get to a Hardy Warriors if I need to. And deploy 2 more troops. Contest this conflict, and then if it looks like I'm going to lose it, I stage an incident. There is definitely temptation to smuggle so that I can ship next turn with my ring. But I want to get the 2 troops in here now. I'm going to go for the specimen so that I have more options of getting more scarabs. All right, so we're going to make Yuna commit harder to this fight. If I can just win, then that would be even better than having to do this, but I don't expect that to happen. I wonder if Paul can get that, or even Tessia, actually. Everybody's got a bunch of cards in hand. Tessia might even be able to get this directorship, which would be kind of scary. I still need to get myself another Dreadnought. I still need to get a Spice Must Flow, and I still need a bunch of Persuasion. I'm pretty far off of this here. This would be obviously very helpful, but I do not expect that to happen. This could also be another way of getting that Dreadnought. We'll just have to see how it goes. One agent remaining for Tessia. She has activated 2 Snooper tokens, which means the next one she takes, she will get a bonus influence. I'm going to be first up next round, which means I'll be last for round 7. She smuggles. Does she smuggle down? Yes. All right, where's she going with this? So she could go here, and she does. So she's coming for me on this. So that pressures me to immediately go here next round if I can. There's a good chance I can. But that means I won't be able to get to shipping. And she's ready here as well. So she's definitely coming for me here. I don't think she has any cards that get her influence. But I've got to, yeah, I've got to go for this. I think it's just pass here. Am I going to win this conflict? No, Yuna's going to play some intrigues, I think. There's one sword. She gets an extra intrigue from revealing the embedded agent. She plays a glimpse of the path. Finds an experimentation for a specimen. Does she have a combat intrigue to play? Any combat intrigue. She nukes the row. Here's what we've found. Dissecting Kit, Chris Knife, Test of Humanity, Keys to Power, and Chome Delegate. She has how much persuasion? 7? Probably not what she was hoping for here. The Keys to Power is not unlocked for her. The Delegate makes sense. Tessia, the only one with a nuclear weapon available. Yuna takes the Dissecting Kit and reveals Bending Tlayak's lab. Okay. So that directorship got nuked, which is probably good news for me. I mean, that would have been nice for me to get, but, you know, I wasn't going to be getting it anytime soon. And I have a suspicion that maybe Tessia was. She was. That's why she made this play. Okay, so thank you, Yuna, for stopping Tessia from immediately taking that Freeman Alliance, because she was about to do it. She was about to take the Freeman Alliance, and she was about to challenge for Emperor at the same time. I wonder if I should have gone this way. I mean, getting rid of the dagger was very helpful. But, you know, it's a... It's a battle for influence here. Paul cashes in an opulence. So the current score here is I am in last, but it looks like I might win this conflict. We'll see. We haven't gotten to the combat phase yet. Yuna currently at 5 points, Tessia at 6, Paul at 5, and me, Leto, at 4. I'll be at 5 one way or the other at the end of this conflict, either by winning it or by staging an incident. Paul gets to 6 points by getting his first Tleilaxu point. She must have something, right? Why would she commit so hard to it? No? Okay, I'll take the win and save the staged incident for another day. That's really nice for me. Where do I want to control? I could deny Yuna her Solari from Arakeen. I wonder if that's what I need to do. Let's do that. Let's deny that one. All right. So, yes, I need to go and get this Freeman Alliance right now while I can. And I think I'll use the fold space to do it. Hardy Warriors. I mean, Hardy Warriors would let me stage an incident right away. Does that make sense? I kind of think it does. I'd like to get High Council here and maybe even a selective breeding, maybe a research. I can't do all of those things. Maybe Mentat. Problem is if I Mentat, I can't get High Council. Okay, Yuna hits Still Suit, so she's coming for me here now. I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Where is she going to get the other one? I mean, she's going to go first next round, so maybe she can take it that way. Not good. Tessia goes to shipping, so she's setting up here. This is going to be very hard for me to hold on to. Tessia pressuring Emperor here, so Paul's going to be motivated to go ahead and take that alliance while he has the chance, but I don't know that he has the chance. Nobody has any fold spaces right now. Paul goes to Arakeen. That feeds me a Solari. So that actually means I could Mentat. I think I want a selective breeding here, though. Yuna hits up a research station. Probably she's going here. That's going to give her enough Solari to activate her ring if she has it, which would be enough for her to take this. Tassia hits up Wealth. She takes the Emperor Alliance with that Surgeon, and that's going to get her her final Tleilaxu point at the same time. If I Mentat High Council, that will get me a Spice Must Flow. The weird thing here is that I might have to choose between winning this conflict or just staging an incident and then giving that win to somebody else. Round 7 coming up, and I've got nothing in the garrison, which is not great. I will have Spice for a potential Hayliner, but no troops to back it up. Tessia has quite a garrison. She's already at 9 points, by the way. All right, so yeah, it's Mentat here with the subject. And then potentially High Council with the ring. Which gets me to 9, gets me a Spice Must Flow. I then have the High Council, the Spice Must Flow, and I would need another Dreadnought to at least get 1 point out of that. It's going to be a little bit tough for me to find 4 influence on another track, especially if I'm competing for this alliance at the same time. I think this alliance is gone, to be honest, because I can't do anything to reinforce it right now. And Yuna's going to go first next round, so she's probably going to take it from me, which is painful. Oh, who had 4 intrigue cards? Paul? Right. Okay, there goes the alliance. That hurts. That hurts, but it is at least part of that condition. Yeah, so the still suits manufacturer definitely has not really worked out, other than the fact it got me some water, and I would have been probably happier to have the Tleilaxu Surgeon, which is not a surprise. That's what I said at the time, right? But I wanted to give it a shot. It hasn't been the game for it. I mean, getting the water is nice, but Not all that nice. So when I play the ring here, what do I take? Do I take an Emperor influence? I think I do. And hope I can find... Oh, Paul plays the opulence to conspire, going after Tessia's alliance here. Okay, I like that. I like that. I could go Freeman, but I really don't think there's much point because Yuna goes first. She can just cap it. I think that's just a lost cause. So I've got two places where I'm missing a point. Would I have been better off to just take the Bene Gesserit and leave that one? Maybe, but that's the way I've decided to go. Now, again, do I just take this victory or do I stage an incident here? We'll see what Tessia does. I mean, the thing is, I've got 10 strength here. So that's winning me the conflict. I don't know. I feel like I have to just take it. And, you know, maybe the stage incident comes from just a Hayliner or something. The extra agent, the extra Solari, the extra intrigue card. You know, the Solari gets me a Dreadnought, which I need. And the agent could very well be helpful. But a straight up victory point, which I may not be able to find otherwise. A nuke goes off. And a sleeper must awaken for Tessia. Okay. That's a little worrying. Paul has an urgent mission. I wonder if I should take this infiltrator for 2 specimens. Probably not. I probably want to try to get 1 more specimen for... Okay, nice, Paul. Nice, Paul. Get that away from Tessia. Oh, wow. Okay, it looks like it is going to be a staged incident then. Paul looking to go hard for this. I wonder if he has a demand respect or something. Because it's not really an amazing conflict. So it's Spice Must Flow. This I could put on top of my deck. But I don't think it makes sense here. No swords for Paul. We'll see if anybody wants to play intrigue cards here. I kind of hope somebody does invest intrigue cards to win this so I can feel better about staging an incident, because I'd feel pretty bad about it when I'm going to win. This deck is really rough. Got nothing here. Counterattack. Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. Get me out of here. So I have a Spice Must Flow. I have a seat on the High Council. I have one Dreadnought. If I get one more Dreadnought, that's worth a victory point. I don't see myself getting the second one, but it's possible. Paul wins the conflict, gets the Mentat, an intrigue card, and 2 Solari. Tessia gets second place for an intrigue card and 2 Solari, and Yuna gets a couple of Solari for third place. And it's a battle for Arakeen, which Yuna controls. So she gets the bonus troop here. Okay, I do have a diplomacy so I could Hayliner this. I think I probably have to. I also have a voice. What could that do for me? So voice could potentially be research station. Yuna has 2 auto. Tessia has 2 auto. So research station probably not going to be there. Yeah, research station gone. Unfortunately for me, that could have been a point. Can I smuggle? There's no way, right? I'm not going to get to shipping. Unit getting good value out of her ring. So Tessia's got a lot of troops. She could hardy warriors to deploy a bunch, but it doesn't accomplish a lot for her otherwise. Mentat is gone. Research station is gone. I don't actually have a way to get to a Dreadnought here. Shipping is gone. Do I have to just send voice to Arakeen? That feels bad. There's a Holtzman engine. Ooh, this is a little bit gross. So here's the problem with the voice instead of liaison. Liaison has green access instead of yellow access. And I'm short on green access. And all goes to Arakeen. Oh my god. Do I selective breeding instead of... Oh my god. This is my only card that has good faction access. This, yeah, my deck has been a major, major problem for me this game. Oh boy, I have no way to draw cards other than selective breeding. I think maybe I have to do that. I have to go to selective breeding and trash my diplomacy to it. Then maybe pick up spice and then... No, there's no way I can Hayliner if I do that, but... Problem is... I mean, Hayliner... I should be able to win that. Having the Dreadnought and having the restricted ordnance. I think I have a good shot of winning if I do it. But it's only a good shot. It's not great. And then I've got no... Oh my god. What do I do after that? And I trashed the diplomacy? That feels so bad. This feels so bad, man. And I still didn't get green for a dreadnought. Yep, that's the problem with the voice instead of the liaison. Generally, voice is better, but it's not always better. I got rid of my daggers, so I only have these 2 cards to get me there. Dreadnought would be worth... I mean, yeah, Dreadnought is worth a victory point. I can't get it. Oh my god. And eating the diplomacy means I'll never get some of these points. Discard a card. Well. So rough, man. I need to get a Spice Must Flow here, but that means I can only play the experimentation. Can't play... Well, I guess I could play... the experimentation, or I could play the still suit manufacturer, but this guy doesn't do anything for me because I can't get him back in my hand. The water is not really a big deal. This game is ending this round. Tessie is going to get her points, and I'm probably coming in last. I can't... The only point I can get is a Spice Must Flow. Oh, I mean, can I win this conflict? I don't think so. I could go to Siege Tabor, get in 1 troop plus the Dreadnought. That's 5. That's 9. That's not going to do it. Experimentation gets me here. 1 specimen short of being able to get that point. I don't even have a Solari for Dreadnought anyway. So that was a flaw in this whole thing. I mean, I could go to Hardy Warriors, get in 2 troops and a Dreadnought. That would be 8. No. 4, 7, 11. Paul has the spice for a Hayliner, though. Oh, man. I think I just have to pick up Spice for a potential tiebreaker. Oh, this is so painful. See what this intrigue card does for me. Yeah. I just got really stuck with this trash pile of a deck that I have here this game. She's already maxed. Why would she go here? Why not take spice? Does she not have Spice Must Flow? Is there a chance we actually go to another round? I mean, even if we do... There's the Hayliner from Paul. Okay. So we're not going to another round. Maybe I get third here? If I'm lucky? Brutal, brutal. Brutal, brutal. Everybody has lots of intrigue cards. Okay, at least that's not a point for Yuna. I get nothing out of this Grand Conspiracy. This really felt like it was going to be a game where I could definitely get at least 1 point out of the Grand Conspiracy. Oh my god. Okay, it's no Spice Must Flow, but Paul's getting to 11 here. If I had gone to Hayliner... I would have been at 17 strength. Maybe I could have won this. But in that case, I don't think I would have gotten Spice Must Flow. And I wouldn't have gotten this point. So I would have been at kind of the same result. And, you know, certainly no guarantee of actually winning it. Everybody playing their combat intrigues here. Wow. Okay, so I'm getting fourth? Well, maybe I beat Paul on the Spice tiebreaker. Oh my god. Oh, are they gonna tie? Oh, please. Please. I guess please? Honestly, I don't even know. But if they tie and we get another round, maybe I can get a Tleilaxu point. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm getting Solari and an intrigue card. Wow. Okay, so we get another round. I have the Solari to buy a Dreadnought. Economic positioning. I'm gonna be able to get this. I'm definitely not winning this conflict, though. I have no diplomacy left. Okay, at the moment, I don't actually have to play either of these necessarily. Just revealing the experimentation would be enough to get me that point. But I do want to go here, I think. Is there any way I can get this economic positioning to work I don't think I can do that and get the Dreadnought. The ring can get me this point. So ring to Dreadnought gets me that point and this point. Call coming for Tessia's Bene Gesserit Alliance. Do I just have to do this? Is there any way for me to get 10 Solari? Not really, I don't think. If I play the experimentation, it means I also have to play the subject. Unless I go that way. I think I have to do this. Is anyone else going to Dreadnought, though? Probably not. What does shipping do for me? Holtzman engine. Hold on a second. That's also a point. Because I have 2 Spice Must Flows. This is now worth 1. Is there any way I can somehow win this conflict? No, right? Is there any way I can get a Spice Must Flow? No, right? Because again, if I play the experimentation, then that means I'll only have 2 specimens at the end. The reason to play it would be to go here, get rid of the economic positioning, get a different intrigue card, draw a different card. But if I do that, then how do I get my final Scarab? It would have to be by playing the subject. If I had a Solari, I'd play the subject first. Two Dreadnoughts plus this would be 6, 10 strength. It's not great. I doubt I'll win this conflict, but... Okay, Mentat gone. I definitely need to at least deploy these, though. There's no Spice Must Flow happening. I think I have to play this guy first so that it leaves me the option of playing the experimentation. It's not great, but I think that's what it is. Okay. So that's 11, 12, 13. I'm at 13 points. Is there any way I win this? There's some hope now, which is so dangerous. Hope is so dangerous, man. But if I can, I'll play the experimentation. Go here. I guess I would honestly discard the convincing argument. Just in case that extra spice from here ends up mattering for a tiebreaker. I don't know what I would even want to draw. I guess the other spice must flow for more tie-breaking. But I would just be hoping for some kind of miracle intrigue, like a corner of the market, I guess. Is what I would be hoping for from here. Or maybe like a private army or something could maybe help me win this, I guess, theoretically. That tie last round really gave me a little bit of hope. I think I have a shot at winning. If Tessia does have plans within plans, that puts her at 12. And she's probably getting a spice must flow to put her to 13, which is what I'm currently at. So it could come down to a spice tiebreaker. Now, if she wins this conflict, then it's definitely over, but maybe I get second place instead of third or fourth. Okay, Paul to secrets. I wonder if he has a way of taking that alliance from Tessia here. Maybe he's just gambling, trying to find an intrigue that'll get it for him. Looks like he didn't hit. All right, well, I played the experimentation. Oh yeah, I don't discard a card. I just lose an intrigue card. Okay, let's see what we get. Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, it's a dead intrigue card. And the persuasion does not help in any way. None of these cards are going to help me on purchase. Maybe I take the appropriate. I mean, the only person I think that could theoretically help, I guess it would be Tessia. In case she has something like the war chest or economic positioning where she needs a bunch of Solari at the end game. But she's revealing before I do anyway. $11, $12, $13. I mean, it's a lot better than it was looking a round ago. We'll see what we can get here. Oh my God. It's tense. Oh, test of humanity. Okay, that could prevent a spice must flow. I don't mind discarding here. It doesn't matter to me. I'm keeping the spice must flow for the spice tiebreaker. Oh, Chom shares. If I end up in second, okay, she still gets a spice must flow. Okay. And it looks like she's going to win this conflict as well. So I did not get really any value out of this restricted ordinance. Maybe I got a little bit. I'm not sure. There was like a second or third place conflict, ended up winning because of this, but it took me a while to actually get the High Council seat. I picked this up at the same time as the Dreadnought, but then I couldn't get the High Council seat, or I didn't get it for a while. I probably had an opportunity to pick it up earlier, but there were more important things I was trying to do. And then there were a couple rounds after that where other people were getting it, potentially to stop me, potentially just because they had their own reasons. Tessia had the Counselor's Dispensation intrigue card, so that's partly why she wanted to do it. Paul takes the alliance from Tessia, which I'm not sure if I want that to happen or not, because I feel like Tessia's possibly winning regardless, and it just gives me a smaller chance of getting second. Very suspenseful finish here. 10, 10, 10, 11 are the points at the end here. Paul, I mean, you might as well go all in. There's no reason not to. It's the final round of the game. I'll get my spice. I'll pass on everything here. And yeah, I guess sometimes the Solari tiebreaker matters. So I will take that, I guess. The Carino genes. Leto does have Carino genes. Yeah, the Solari is the secondary tiebreaker. If you end up tied on Spice, then it goes to Solari. So we'll see if that ends up mattering. Oh no, Yuna gets another point out of the Tleilaxu track. This is looking worse and worse. That's what I'm talking about. Hope is so dangerous, man. Hope is insidious. Hope is the last thing you want in this life. All it can do is hurt you. Paul gets 2 points here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hope is the enemy. I might still end up with fourth with 13 points. Looking good for Paul. Unless it's a tie again. Little suspense. Yuna has one intrigue card. She's got nothing there. Tessia, does she have a combat intrigue? No. Paul, do you have a combat intrigue? No. So they're going to tie. Oh my god. All right, so they're going to get intrigue cards. I'm going to get Spice. That's hilarious. 2 ties in a row on the double victory point conflicts. Oh, the crowd goes wild. There's the plans within plans for Tessia. There's the grand conspiracy for me. No! 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 Oh my god. I did not think that was going to happen. Oh my god. The Spice tiebreaker. It did come down to the Spice tiebreaker, but the ties. The ties. I mean, if anybody had won that, I guess if Yuna had somehow won it, I still would have come out on top. That was completely ridiculous. So here are my points. The starting point, obviously, a 1-point conflict, 4 influence points, 2 Spice Must Flows, 2 Tleilaxu progress, a staged incident, 1 grand conspiracy point, and 1 Holtzman engine point. I got lucky with that Holtzman engine there. Just happened to have the right resources at the right time to pick that up for an extra point. I mean, you never know. That's why it's never over till it's over in this game. I thought I was toast a couple of rounds ago. And I was hoping, like, best case scenario, 3rd place. But the tie game, and, you know, Tessia not managing to get that Spice Must Flow a couple rounds in a row. She got one this round, I believe, but unreal. Absolutely unreal. Well, Okay, so first game of the season, and we get a win. So that's 2 stars into gold. We might as well collect our points here. Thank you so much for tuning in. What an entertaining start to the season. Did you think I was going to pull that off? I really did not. So, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. You can support the channel by becoming a YouTube member. Click join right here, or becoming a Twitch sub, twitch.tv/bludgeon, regular sub or prime sub. Both work. You'll get stream VODs unlocked on Twitch with a sub. You'll get stream VODs unlocked on YouTube with a membership, and the membership also comes with the bonus weekly Members Monday video, which again, this Monday will be a live stream. So that'll be fun to see how that goes. If it goes well, we might end up doing that kind of thing more often. Join the Discord as well. The link is in the description of the video. Get in there to find out about impromptu streams, chat about the game with other players, try to find players for your game. And that's also where to be if you want to join a game with me on stream. Then that's where I post the passwords for the game. So it's a good place to be. With that, I'll say thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Tune in Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, for the regular Dune Time live stream. Take care. Bye.